Ooh, y'all. Literally just got through pouring my eyes out. Just talked to my dad. He called me out the blue. And I'm downstairs at my apartment complex, so you might hear people coming in and out the door. But like right now, it's gonna happen. Hold on 1 second. But I'm ready to get into this video 100%. Most definitely. So first things first, if you're new here, my name is Jasmine. This is absolutely a new channel. I have another channel, Real Life Jazz. Real Life Jazz. I talk about my spiritual things. I talk about God. I talk about Jesus. You can go check that out. I kind of took a break from that channel because I was so inconsistent for so long. I feel like I kind of lost that build up of my fan base. I was doing so good. I had started off with like 60, and then I ended off with like 400. And I wanted to take these videos and just put them on there, but I don't want to continue to keep mixing content. I want to keep the same base that I had, the same followers that I had on that channel. And then if I want to do something different, I want to just start a new. Since this is going to be a podcast that I'm going to do, I kind of want to, yeah, I want to start a new. I've had this other YouTube for quite a little minute. I just never really post on it. But my name is Jasmine, like I was saying. Nice to meet y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And this podcast is called I Can't Be the Only One That Feels Like This. Is that what I wrote? I can't be the only one who feels like this podcast. That's what it is. That's what it's going to be. Take a sip of wine on that. I had so many things that I wanted to talk about. Like, I've written things down, y'all. Then in the midst of that, my dad called. My dad texted me, and I haven't talked to my dad in a while, a little minute. We still was on good terms. I just haven't talked to him in a minute. He texted me and with some stuff, and he was venting to me. He called me to be an ear, and I was ready. I was just so there. It caught me by surprise. It did. It caught me by surprise. We started off texting, and he ended up calling me, and we was on the phone for like an hour. I cried. We shedded some tears. It was look, every girl needs her father, and it's unfortunate to those who don't have one. May my blessings be with you, as well as a mother. May my blessings be with you. I do not know how that feels. I cannot even imagine how that feels. So I won't even try to relate like I know how that would feel. You know what I'm saying? I know that there's a time for everybody. Everybody has their day. One day we all have to leave this body and be united with the Most High, if that's what it is for you. And if some other people have a different type of fate, hey, I just wish everybody peace and blessings. And may the Most High be with you through your whole journey. And that's what I want to talk about. That's not my initial topic, but it just hit me. So I'm like, let's talk about that. Let's talk about journeys. I don't think a lot of people really grasp the point of a journey, the reason for a journey. And mind you, disclaimer, I'm always going to talk about what it is that I've been through. I'm always going to come to you and I'm going to talk to you through experience. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going to try to come to you and just talk about something I know no idea about. I want to be able to relate to my audience. And I know it's a lot of people that have been through things, childhood trauma, generational curses, lust, you know what I'm saying? Fornication, like just living that fast life, being in the streets, the party life, smoking weed, you know what I'm saying? Going to jail. Like, I've been through some stuff. I ain't been through it all, but I've been through some stuff. And I just want to kind of just take a little turnaround right here. It pertains to what I'm talking about. I was working at the airport maybe like a month ago, and it's a guy that works there. And normally, and this just goes to show, the Lord always has a way for you. Right? Don't ever think you're in control of what it is you got going on through your day, who it is you meet, what it is you say, what it is you do. At certain times, at certain points in your life, the Lord is going to take the wheel. Does he take the wheel all the time? No, he does not. You know, but the Lord is so specific. There is a certain time in life, a certain day, the certain person when we're supposed to receive a message. Before I start rambling on and on and on about that, yeah. So I was going up the escalator because I worked in the airport. I was going up the escalator. Normally, I don't even go this way. I don't even go this way. But this particular morning, I decided to go a different way, and then that's when I came in encounter with him, and we sat down. He talked to me for a little bit, and he basically was just telling me like, you have a calling on your life. You're There's something different about you. And this is actually, to be real with you, this is actually not the first time that I've heard someone say this. There has been plenty, and then they have been older people. At one time, it was like a younger guy, but he was, I want to say, specially challenged. Like, he was special, but he was very smart. He was different. He said, "I have the gift of discernment," and he said that I'm still going through a healing process, but when I'm done going through my healing process, who, like, the Lord is going to use me in a way, you know what I'm saying? And he said, I got a story. He said, why you haven't told your story yet? That was the main part that really touched me out of the whole. Everything else he was saying, I was hearing it, but when he said, you got a story, and why haven't you told your story yet? It literally just, yeah, it did it for me. And I was sitting there listening because I do have a story. Like, I have a story, and I'm not putting my story above anyone else's or below anyone else's because everybody's story is different. But when you look at a person, you just don't expect the person to go through certain things just based off how they look. Whole time, a person looks like they had it all together their whole life. Whole time, their life was in shambles. They had to pick up the pieces with the Most High, and He had to take them through certain trials and tribulations to mold them and get them where they at today. That don't mean He's going to be done with you, because He's still working on me every single day. I still fall, slip. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when I slip, I stay down a little longer than I should. I'm just going to be real about it. But the journey is the gift. The journey is the revelation. And I think we lose sight of that. When you're going through things in your life, your life can do a complete 360, and you like, why? I was just doing good last week. Why? I just had this job. I was just making this money. Why? I was just we've been best friends for 10 years, and then we just fall out over this. And why? Why? The journey. When something completely just transpires in your life, something that just came out, just a curveball, and you like, why? Sit back, enjoy the ride, and watch the Lord reveal, remove, transform. It's amazing. I wouldn't be who I am today without my struggles. If I ain't go through what I went through, and we're going to talk about that. This is my introduction. This is my intro to my podcast. I've been meaning to do this for so long. Never did it. Or always just been inconsistent about it. I do believe there's a season for everything, like I already said. And even though I'm inconsistent, I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna keep going at it. Cause see, even with that inconsistency, when I come back, I'm still on the same thing. So this is still my path. I may just get off track a little bit, get off alignment, but I always get back on the road I'm supposed to go. So, like I said, we're gonna get to all those stories and trials and tribulations, and I'll tell you each trial I went through in my life, each lesson I learned from that. And also sometimes those lessons are from consequences. They're consequences from actions that you did. And when we do something, we think that, oh, it's not even We're not even gonna say karma. We're gonna say you reap what you sow. Don't expect your reaping to come soon as you sow. Nah. No. Whatever you that thing that you reaped or that thing that you sowed 4 years ago, you probably just finna reap it. You probably just reaping it right now. You don't gotta, hey, it ain't no, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna talk about instant karma. We gonna say you sow a seed, right? But what happens when you sow a seed? It takes time for that seed to grow. So you getting away with your dirt, your lying, your cheating, your whatever that dirty, deadly sin was to you. We just gonna call it that. You got away with that for a minute. And then 3 years later, you get hit with that, you know what I'm saying? You like, whoa. And then when you go through that, you like, dang, you know what? I had this coming. I had this coming. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to give y'all a quick story without, because I just want this to be my intro for what's to come. I'm going to give y'all a quick story on why I said what I just said about when you sow a seed, you're not going to reap it right then. It takes time for the seed to grow, right? Because truly, when you sow a seed, you keep sowing that seed. Until you reap it, you're going to keep sowing it. Until you know what you're going to get out of what you sowed, you're just going to keep sowing. Because you don't know what you're finna reap until you reap it. So, I want to simplify this without babbling so long because I got stories, y'all. So I want to say a few years back, I want to say this is 2022. I want to say like 2021, 2022. I want to say that. So now in this year, I'm gonna put y'all around this time, I was drinking. Like I was drinking. I was drinking and smoking actually. I smoked weed and I drank around this time. And sometimes I just get messed up. Sometimes I get told I was clubbing, I was going out with the best friend I had at the time. I stayed in my hometown at the time. I'm from Augusta, Georgia. Shout out to the AUG. I still love y'all. You know, I don't know about that. But yeah, I was yeah smoking, drinking, partying, and me and my mother we wanted to go to the spa. My mama she wanted to go to the spa, but she invited me, and I wasn't gonna go. This is okay. This is the crazy thing. This same particular day, I wanted to host like a sip and paint with some females. I put a status on Facebook. You know, Augusta, we still do Facebook. I put a status on Facebook and I was like, hey, I want to do a sip and paint. I was going to provide the food, y'all. I was going to have the wine. Well, I think it was like bring your own bottle or something. And, you know, I put the status on there. Of course, I got to make a video about that too. Of course, Augusta wasn't nobody really, you know, fooling with it. Didn't nobody really want to come out. And I think that particular day, it was going to rain. But I had them got plates. I had got like went to Family Dollar, got some little cute little decorations. I was ready. I was excited about it. I always just like wanted to do things for my community. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to bring women together in some type of way, or just bring people together, period, some type of way. But my main focus was women empowerment. I'm a girl's girl. I'm real big on women empowerment. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes your own hometown hate on you. Sometimes your own hometown don't want to show you love, don't want to see you grow, don't want to grow, period. So it was like, this was right before I left the next year. I moved my mama down here to Charlotte. But yeah, so was gonna do that. I think it ended up raining. My mama asked me if I want to go to the spa with her. She was like, "You want to just come to the spa with me? Go to Atlanta?" Yeah, I had got my sister to watch my daughter for me. Like we was on, but I wasn't supposed to go. And I think something else happened to where like I wasn't gonna be able to go because I was waiting on some money or something. But my money never came through, or it came through later or something. Anyway, ended up going. Anyway, there was a sign I wasn't supposed to go, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I keep saying that. We on the way to Atlanta, me and my mama. At this time, I'm into it with my big sister. Me and my big sister, we having some words. I'm waiting on a check to come to this to the address that she at, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's taking too long. Now this one, I'm like, well, my money is, uh. But anyway, so me and my mama, we on the way heading to Atlanta. We feeling good. We got the wine in the car. You know, I'm doing my videos, looking cute and everything. So we go to this spot called I want to say the Daiquiri Factory. No, New Orleans Daiquiri. It's a spot in Atlanta called New Orleans Daiquiri. I believe it's on Old National Road. So we in there chilling. So like I said, me and my sister had some words, that the third, and we got a drink, like a 2 drinks and something to eat at New Orleans Daiquiri. Then we went downtown and we got another drink at Mango's, that's on Auburn Avenue. And so look at me remembering the streets and stuff. But but yeah, so at this time, I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling good. My mama feeling good. It's dark. She don't want to drive. She don't like driving at night. I'm always the night driver. It started to rain. So at this point, I'm behind the wheel. We took a drink to go. At the spot we went to, they let you take, if you get a drink, like you can get it to go. So it was in a closed container, but you know, it wasn't like a twisty top or whatever. So that's still a closed container. Anyway, we driving on the way to the spa. The spa was in Gwinnett. So I got the GPS on, you know what I'm saying, driving to Gwinnett County. So literally, so driving, we there. We don't get to the spa spot, but we in Gwinnett. We decided to stop by McDonald's, get something to eat. Stop by the McDonald's that was right there, literally right across the street from the spa. We stopped by the McDonald's right across the street from the spa. I said, it's dark, it's raining. I can see, but I can't see. You know, it's saying I drove, I got us all the way here. So I wasn't just driving crazy, even though I was drinking. Got to the light. The light turned green. I drive straight. I drive out. Boom. Got hit from the side. Full on head speed. A car hit us on the right hand side. Boom. And I remember my mama said she could see the car from her peripheral, but she just braced herself. She just braced herself. So she said she seen the car, but at this point it was too late. Got hit. Airbag deployed. Hit me in the face. I got like an abrasion on my chest. Um, yeah, the drink like exploded like all over me. It was a big hit. Thank God we still here. That hit should have killed us. That hit should have killed us. Um, Police come to the scene. I'm driving, suspended license. You know, so I'm already driving dirty. Like I'm driving, I've been drinking, my license suspended. So my mama tried to hurry up and switch seats with me. You know, in the midst of we just got hit by a car, we still moving around trying to switch seats. So I guess the person who I never even seen the other person, like she got out the car and I tried to go over there and talk to her, but it was a man with her and he was like, no, no, no. I guess he was like a man that was on the side. It didn't seem like he just got out of her car. It seemed like he came from like the side or something, but he didn't let me see her, talk to her. I couldn't see her face. She just had her hands on her face, like. So I'm just like, I was trying to go over there and talk to her and see if she was okay. So police pull up. Police pull up. We get up to the top. What happened? This and then the third. And so my mom was like, you know, I'm driving. You know, we went straight and the light turned green. We got hit from the side, mind you. This was not. I didn't know I was in a right turn only lane when I went straight. The light turned green. I didn't know I was in a right turn only lane. I'm in an unfamiliar location. Like I've never been to Gwinnett. It's dark. It's raining. You know what I'm saying? So, and the other person that was with the other party was like, "Oh yeah, they switched seats. They switched seats. She wasn't driving. She was." So then they just like, "Oh, they said y'all switched seats." So they snitching y'all, all types of stuff. So took the sobriety test. I passed like the test where you gotta say your alphabets and walk in a straight line and stuff like that. But when I had the blow in the thing, I think they made me blow like 3 times. I can remember 3 times. So I was way over the limit. I don't remember exactly like what point it was, but they said I was way over the limit, even though I passed the sobriety test, but I failed the breathalyzer, so they took me in. I spent that night in jail. The officer that I had, he was cool. He said I was the best DUI he ever had because I was really straight. And if I was lit, that hit sobered me up. But yeah, I had to go to the hospital for a little bit. I told them nothing was wrong with me. They took me there because they do that just to like bill you. They're gonna send you a bill if you whatever treatment you get. It's gonna send you a bill. So yeah, so I spent that night in jail. Even though my license was suspended, I got like 3 charges from it. I got driving. I got DUI, drinking under the influence. That was my first offense, DUI. I got failure to maintain lanes. I got obstruction to, they gave me a few things. I was like, dang, driver with suspended license. I got like 4 charges that night. Yeah. Now that I think about it, it was actually crazy. Literally 4 charges. And like I said, that particular night, I spent that night in jail. Maybe it was 2. Maybe probably was 2, 1 or 2. But I was saying all that to say this. Over the times of driving reckless, drinking and driving, and just what I was doing, that definitely set me down. Like that set me down after that. But guess what? Only for a little short period of time, and then something else. I got into something else, maybe like a couple years after that. So it's just like we fall into our own toxic activities. Like our decisions, our toxic decisions, the ones we decide to make, something bad can happen and we still can do it. We have just a hard-headed nature. As human beings, we have a hard-headed nature. We have an ungrateful nature. Sometimes it takes us to do something over and over again, and until something finally, you really got to be sat down, for you really to learn your lesson. It's like that's just us as humans. What I'm saying? That's in our nature. So it's just some learn from it, some don't. But I was just saying all that to say, like, the Lord would take you through things, but He would take you through things also due to the actions that you've made. And then sometimes it just can be because, hey, look, you could be born into it. Like you could be born and you not even old enough to make your own decisions or really know what's going on. But from 5 years old, you was put in foster care. Like that right there is something that you didn't have no change over that. And you have that. And then you also have generational curses. See, it goes deep. And then this certain type of pattern running your family bloodline, and you follow it. And it's like you continue to go down a rabbit hole. That's why I say it gets deep. I have plenty of things I want to talk to y'all about. I didn't want to get into all of that tonight because this is just an introduction. I just wanted to introduce y'all to my podcast and let y'all know that we're going to get down to the nitty. I'm going to open up more. I'm going to tell y'all about me, about my journey with faith, with Christ. I'm a babe in Christ. I'm still fresh with Christ. I'm still new in my walk and my journey. And yeah, just about how our past mistakes don't make us. And our journey is very important. It's a gift. And you need to embrace your journey and know that your journey is your salvation. So some of us don't embrace it. Some of us really fall down bad through our journey and let our journey just completely erase our identity. But the journey is supposed to make your identity. It's supposed to show you who you are. So remember that. I love y'all. I do. And guess what? I'm gonna catch y'all on my next podcast. I can't be the only one that feel like this. Y'all like that. Nice little catch to it. But peace and blessings out.